Now, more than normal, everywhere you turn, people are talking about politics. And most people have a definitive opinion on what side of the aisle they land. So how does that work if you're in a relationship with someone and you really don't see eye to eye? Well, let's see if there's a safe way to navigate around this with our relationship expert, Kathryn Robey.
Hi.
Kat, normally people say don't talk religion and politics, but when you're in a relationship, is that a thing?
Especially in a relationship, but gosh, these days you can't get away from it anyway.
Anywhere, yeah.
It's everywhere. And it's an election year, but still, it's a really contentious one too.
Exactly.
So it's really difficult to have these conversations. But then to have them with your partner, there needs to be some different ground rules or different understandings. Not even ground rules, like a different understanding. What if we went into these conversations? Well, let me back up for a minute. The election year is all about winning or losing. Right?
Really, yes.
That's the problem we get into when we have these discussions.
Yeah.
I'm going to win. I'm going to debate my point. I'm going to prove to you that I'm right.
Yeah.
Is a really fast way to get feelings upset, to get people are on different pages, to divide each other. So what if we listened with the respect or intent to learn about what the other person believes? I think honestly, even with this election year, I think a lot of people want a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about it because it's so divided into these two places where we're going to vote and put our energy. So thinking about it in a sense of how can I have this conversation to listen better and to try to show respect or to try to find our common ground, and biggest of all, not to win.
Right. So you're not saying don't talk about it. You're just saying that when you do, maybe go into it with a different kind of a mindset, knowing that once you stop talking about politics, you still have to be with this person outside of that conversation.
Yes, and I've had that and known a lot of people that actually vote differently within their household. So the conversation is going to happen even if it's a stonewall conversation.
Right.
The energy will be there regardless. So talk about it.
Yeah.
But you can only be in charge of how you are going to handle your half of the talk, so to speak. So being able to recognize like that you've gotten into a debate or that you're in a prove it sort of thing, it requires a lot of us to show up differently in a conversation like that. And to decide, I'm going to listen, I'm going to be respectful, even if the other person isn't. Party discussions aren't always feeling like a party to me.
Right.
And those are big party discussions lately too, so.
Yeah, is it hard to even imagine that you could actually get some benefit out of a conversation like that?
I absolutely believe you can.
Yeah?
If you're able to put away your need to be right, and I say that globally for all of us, if you're able to put that piece of yourself away and really try to listen to what the other person is saying and respect that these are their opinions that they're offering you. And again, if you're kind of being in the skin of not needing to win, not needing to prove, the other person might continue, but the energy will eventually shift to where you can have more of a conversation about it, more of, you know, my husband teaches me all the time. He's always listening to new things. So when I finally figured out that we don't have to be on different pages, and yes, sometimes we are, that I can hear what maybe someone else is delivering via the news or via a debate in a very contentious way. I can't hear that because it's the delivery, but with him, because I respect him, because I know him, and I can ask him questions and I can put my vulnerability on the table to say, gosh, I don't know anything about this issue. Can you tell me about it? What am I missing? It's just a cool conversation to have. And we're definitely on different pages sometimes.
Let me ask you, I have a friend who is in a household like that. Her and her husband don't see eye to eye on politics, and they actually went to go join a friend. So it was 3 people sitting down to have dinner, and the friend actually agreed with the wife's political views. And so they started talking about it, and the husband got a little angry. Starting to feel like maybe they're ganging up on me, or, you know, this is turning into like a one-sided conversation. And it ended up kind of being a little bit of a struggle on the drive home on how that felt. Is there, you know, a way to maybe not make it feel as if, hey, if I'm just having another conversation with a friend or a family member with you here, and we all know that, you know, we have different political views, how do we kind of sidestep them not feeling like all of a sudden we're ganging up? Or maybe it's, you know, your kids are on your side.
Right. Well, I think the first issue with that is that there's a side.
There's
an issue, and you believe one way or another about it, and a conversation is going a certain direction because of it. But when we start making it personal, that's that part of us that wants to be right, that wants it to be, I mean, regardless of how we want it to be, it's about our egos. And we're either being left out of a conversation, to which I would say, invite yourself in, or say, hey, I believe differently about this. Can I join in with your discussion here? It seems like you guys both believe this. I kind of believe this. Can we talk about that? Like, you know, so that third party can kind of insert themselves differently. The other two might notice that they've grouped up a little bit and, you know, widen their eyes to the fact that there's more than just that opinion. But bigger than all of that, I think, is remind yourself, remind your friends kindly that these issues are just issues, in the sense that they are just facts, and you either believe them, don't believe in them, they align with your values or they don't. The more you can make it not about you, the more you'll be able to really deliver your opinion and your beliefs and maybe sway someone else's opinion. But you can't if that's your goal.
Really, all these things that you're talking about go for any, I think, conversation or difference, politics or not politics. I think those tools can be used in everything. And I love also your suggestion, just go into it with a sense of humor. Just laugh about it, and that'll actually lighten the mood, which is, you could add that to anything and it would be great. This was so timely, Kat. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Like I said, I know a family just like that, so this is definitely something that happens all the time.
Hot buttons.
Hot buttons, yeah. But if you guys even need some more relationship advice, make sure to call Kat at 906-3392 or visit robeycounseling.com.